guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm finally going to be doing part 2 of my reacting to your pet setups videos. I'm really sorry to those of you who submitted your setups like ages and ages and ages ago. Sorry that I'm just getting around to it now. It's been a busy couple of months, but I hope you will enjoy this video anyway. Like I said on my last reacting to your pet setups video, just a quick disclaimer, I'm no means a professional animal care person. I've just asked you guys to submit photos of setups of animals that you have that are the same as the animals that I have, because obviously I have experience in setting up their cages. Don't take any of this too seriously. I'm just going to give you some things that I like about your cage, some things I think you could maybe improve on if there are any. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up because it really helps me out a lot. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel down below. So I'm just letting you guys know I'm looking at my phone because that's where I've got the photos of the submissions on. So yeah. Okay, so the first submission I'm going to be looking at today is by someone with 2 rats. Their rats are called Scabbers and their boyfriend's rat is called Sammy. Oh, they didn't actually put a photo of the rats in the email, but they have put photos of the cage. The cage looks really, really good. I'm going to put the photos up on the screen for you guys so you can see as well. So the first photo I'm looking at, I can see there's lots of layers in the cage. So at the top layer right near the ceiling of the cage, you've got lots of hammocks and some Sputniks and also like a little bed there that they can climb in. And you've also got the IKEA scarf net, which is really good. The rats love to climb on that as well. And then in the middle layer, so closer to the bottom, you've also got some hammocks and another like tunnel hammock thing there as well. And then right on the bottom, I can see you're using a liner. It doesn't look like fleece, it looks like it's padded, which is really good because it's more absorbent than fleece. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not really a fan of fleece just because I find that it isn't that absorbent, especially if you've got quite a lot of rats. But obviously you've only got 2 rats and obviously the lining looks quite absorbent as well and quite thick. And then on the level with the lining, you've got a litter box, which is really good. You've got 2 food bowls there. It looks like you're feeding them fresh food as well, and I can see also a foraging toy, which is amazing. You've also got some toys for them to play in on the level there, and you've got some tunnels and beds there as well, some chew toys as well. It just looks really, really good overall, and I can see you've got a water bottle on this level as well. That elephant bed, I think it is, you've got in the corner there is so cute. I was looking at buying one of them for my ferrets as well. I was going to get one for my rats, but they chew everything, so I'm quite impressed that yours isn't shredded to pieces. Right, so it's a 2-level cage. This is the top level. Let's move down to the bottom level now. So one of the downsides, apart from the less absorbency of fleece, but obviously you've used a lining instead of fleece, but obviously the downside of that is that it gets rid of the enrichment factor for rats, because rats obviously like to dig. It's one of their natural foraging behaviors. But you've combated this by adding a tray as sort of a level in your cage, and you filled that tray, it looks like, with cocoa soil, which is amazing. Just zooming in on the picture here for you. And you've also got some toys in there for the rats as well. And I can see you've got a ladder they can climb in and a hammock above it as well, which is really, really good. It acts as a fall breaker as well for your rats. And then on the bottom level as well, I can see you've got a hammock on the ceiling and a little plastic toy they can play with. And again, some more toys on the bottom level and another Sputnik as well. The cage looks really, really good. I don't think I can think of anything to improve for you. I can see you've got a crocodile bed at the bottom as well. That is so cute. It matches the elephant one at the top. You've literally done so many good things in here for your rats. You've got some lava ledges on the side as well, and I can see in some chewy things that are on the side that they can climb on and chew as well. The cage honestly looks really, really good. I don't think there's anything I could suggest. The only thing I would suggest is if you find when you do end up getting a few more rats that the lining doesn't become that absorbent, or if you find your rats are starting to get upper respiratory problems from the ammonia in their pee, you could try and switch to a hemp-based bedding. But obviously with 2 rats, you should be absolutely fine with a lining bedding. And the only other thing, I know you've only got 2 rats, but I can just see you've got 1 water bottle in the whole cage. You could add another water bottle to the bottom, but it's not really a necessity. Your cage is honestly really, really good, and I love the color scheme you've got going on there as well. Absolutely amazing. Great cage. Thank you for the submission. So for the next submission, I've actually got a submission from Germany. So thank you for your submission. And also your rats are really, really cute. I'll put a picture of them up here for you guys. So first off, looking at the size of the cage, it looks great. I can see a lot of foraging toys you've put in their cage, which is really, really great. So it gives them a lot of enrichment. And I can see you've also used a hemp-based bedding by the looks of it, which again is a really good source of enrichment for them as well. And another enrichment I can see is it looks like you scatter feed them, which is again a great source of enrichment for your rats. It's really good that you've got scatter guards on the side of the cage because of your bedding. I mean, it's not really good for the rats, they don't care either way, but it's good for you because it makes it easier for you to clean the cage. And I can see you've got a lot of toys in there for your rats as well to play with, enriching toys, which is amazing. I like the wooden log you've put in the middle of the cage because they can obviously climb it and chew that, so that's really good for them. And I like the boxes you've put in there again for them, another good source of enrichment. and it's also a good hidey house for them, so that's really great. And I can see you've put a few hidey houses in there as well. The only things I would really suggest is if you put a few more fall breakers in the top level, just because I can see you've got quite a few hammocks at the top, and then there's quite a bit of space between the top and obviously the bedding. So obviously if they did fall from those hammocks, it'd be quite a long way down for them. So what I would suggest, if you can, is put another layer in the middle. I can see you've used an IKEA scarf holder in each level, which is really, really good, but I'd suggest maybe getting another one or two, or maybe some hammocks as well to put in the middle there. So just if they do fall off one of those top hammocks, they've got something to hold on to and something to break their fall. I like how you've got a basket on the side there as well for them. But yeah, I'd only just suggest put another few hammocks in the middle layer, not right at the top, just so they have got something to hold on to. And again, in the bottom layer, I'd maybe put another scarf holder or something down there, so if they do fall, it's not such a long way down for them to go. Otherwise, your cage looks great. I love all the wooden chews you've put in there for them. I love obviously that you scatter feed them. Your hammocks are really, really cute. I love how they're all in sort of the same monkey safari print. It looks really well together. It looks really nice. And I like the foraging toys you've put in there as well. I can't really see from any of the pictures you've sent me any water bottles on the side of the cage. It looks like you do use a water bowl. I may be wrong, I just can't see any myself. So what I would suggest is to put a couple of bottles on the sides of their cage as well. Water bottles, I generally say, would be better for rats, just because they tend to get their bowls really dirty, and obviously if they splash their water around a lot, they could run out of water pretty easily. Whereas with water bottles, I don't know if you can hear my rats drinking from a bottle in the background, but water bottles, obviously they'll always have a clean source of water, so I definitely recommend putting a couple of bottles in the cage if you haven't already. You might do, I just can't see them from the pictures. Another thing you could do, just to keep the cage a bit cleaner and also to give your rats a separation of different types of bedding, is I would suggest getting litter boxes for your rats. Obviously you're using hemp-based bedding, which is really, really great, but if you use a different type of bedding where your rats go to the toilet in, it will be a lot easier for you to spot clean the cage, as you can just literally take their litter boxes out and clean their litter boxes. That gets rid of a big smell in the cage as well, and obviously it's much easier for you to do as well. It's pretty good for rats because you can train them to use a litter box, and obviously that's good for their mental stimulation, to be able to know the different types of litter, and obviously to have a different source of enrichment in their cage as well for them. But yeah, overall your cage is really nice. Your rats are super cute. I love all the toys you've got in there for them. Yeah, thank you for the submission. So the next submission we have is from a 6-month-old winter white hamster. So she's super cute. I'll put a picture of her up here for you guys. So looking at the cage, it looks really good overall. The owner said it is a 522 square foot cage. I think we established in the last video that the minimum for a dwarf hamster is, oh, you know what? I've forgotten. Let's search it again. Yeah, so I just double checked. It is 450. So you're definitely over the minimum there for the cage. It looks like you've got a lot of ventilation on the top of the cage, which is really, really good, because obviously it's a homemade bin cage. Your hamster will need as much ventilation as they can get. So you've done a really, really good job there. And you've also told me that your hamster has 6 inches of bedding, which is really good. The owner also said that they shred up toilet paper and put it on the cage at night so the hamster can go and bury with it before she goes to sleep. So that's really good. It gives her an extra source of enrichment. I like how you put the slate coasters on the floor there for when it gets too hot, your hamster can cool herself down, and then that is really, really clever and nice addition to your cage. I like the chew toys you've got there, and I like the little bridges your hamster's got, and it looks like you've got a good sized wheel as well. You said it's an 8.5 inch wheel. I like that it's an enclosed wheel as well, so your hamster's feet don't get stuck in any wires, which obviously is really bad for your hamster, so you've got a good wheel there for her. The owner said that they sometimes scatter feed the hamster. The only thing I'd really suggest is to increase the amount of scatter feeding you do for your hamster, just to give a bit more enrichment. And obviously I can see you've got a sand bath there as well. I'd maybe suggest getting a bit bigger of a sand bath so that your hamster's got more space to dig in. I like the toys you put in there. You could definitely put in a few more chew toys for your hamster, and I like the tunnel as well. What I would suggest maybe is getting one of the cheap plastic tunnels and burying it under the bedding so that your hamster can, you know, dig and find her own burrow, which could be really fun for her. And then also if it's a clear plastic one and you put it against the plastic side, you can see her in it, which is really fun for you as well. You've got a good amount of bedding on the floor there, but what I would suggest is maybe making a mound on one side so that she can really, really dig on one side, so making it a bit deeper and then obviously going down. And I think it's really, really great how I mentioned that you give your hamster tissue paper to bring to her nest and carry around for bedding. You could definitely put a bit more in there for her, so maybe shred up a lot and put it all in one corner for her so she can bring that around when she likes. I really like the stand you've got for the water bottle. That's really nice, and obviously it means she has access to clean water all the time, which is great. As I was saying, how you've got a lot of ventilation in the top, which is really, really great. You could, if you wanted to, attach some dangly chew toys from there for her. If they're going to reach the floor for her, you'll have to see, but then obviously it gives her a bit of extra enrichment and she can play with them as well. Overall, I think it's a really great cage. You could definitely add some millet sprays in there for her if you wanted to, just to make it a bit more naturalistic, and again to give her a bit more enrichment, and again another source of food. But obviously that's optional. Obviously the bigger your cage is, the better, but your cage definitely exceeds the minimum requirements, so that's good on that. department. Overall, it is a really great cage. But yeah, thank you for your submission, and I really, really love your hamster Holly. She is super cute. I'm probably gonna wrap this video up here for you guys because I have got a few more submissions, but I'll leave them for another video. I'm really sorry if I haven't got around to your submission yet. I definitely will. Please be patient with me. If you want, you can send me another message to remind me, and I will put you at the top of my list for the next video. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna leave it here for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.